Following her recent trip to China, U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo says her country has sufficient tools to tackle Beijing's triggering of tensions if needed. China's Commerce Ministry, in the meantime, has held a nationwide meeting and discussed export regulations for the first time. Kun-woo covers the details.
U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo said the U.S. has sticks to possibly counter China if Beijing triggers conflict. In an interview with CNN on Sunday, Raimondo said there are plenty of tools, including export controls and tariffs, to use against China that Washington is ready and willing to use if necessary. The remarks followed Raimondo's visit to China last week to discuss U.S. China commercial ties. In another interview with NBC on the same day, she said Washington's export controls on China are about national security, not about gaining an economic advantage. Last year, the Biden administration announced export controls banning Chinese companies from buying advanced semiconductors and chip-making equipment without a license. Raimondo, despite strained relations between the two sides, reiterated the importance of the $700 billion bilateral relationship and said Washington will continue to sell chips to Beijing, but not the most sophisticated ones that China wants for military purposes. China is also willing to control exports as a response to the U.S. Following a first meeting held by China's Ministry of Commerce discussing export regulations 2 days ago, the country announced it will upgrade its export regulations and strengthen its national security values. China's state-affiliated media, Global Times, analyzed this movement as a retaliation against the recent action taken by the U.S. It added that the meeting was significant enough to show Beijing's determination to protect its economic security and for the country to have means of retaliation against nations that try to counter China's growth. Beijing has been imposing curbs on exports of two rare metals that are widely used in high-tech industries, including chip manufacturing, since August. The metals include gallium and germanium, which China accounts for most of the global production. The European Council's data showed over 90% of the minerals worldwide were produced by China from 2016 through 2020. Kun-woo, Arirang News.